Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is from Gauri Gwareri Mahalla Panjama, the 74th Shabad, and it's recited as follows. Gur ka bachan sada abinasi, gur ke bachan kati jam phasi. गुर का बचन जी के संगे, गुर के बचन रचे राम के रंगे। जो गुर दिया सो मन के काम, संत का किया सत कर मान रहाओ। गुर का बचन अटल अछेद, गुर के बचनी कटे भ्रम भेद। गुर का बचन कतहु न जाए, गुर के बचन हर के गुण गाए। गुर का बचन जी के साथ, गुर का बचन अनाथ को नाथ। गुर के बचन नरक न पवै, गुर के बचन रस न अमृत रवै। गुर का बचन परगट संसार, गुर के बचन नया विहार। जिस जन होए आप कृपाल, नानक सतगुर सदा दयाल. This passage is a eulogy to the Gur, to the enlightener, to the word of the enlightener, the Bachan, Gur ka Bachan. That is the recurring reference in this entire passage. So let's look at what the Guru Ka Bachan entails. Gur Ka Bachan Sada Abinasi, Gur Ke Bachan Kati Jam Phasi, Gur Ka Bachan Ji Ke Sang, Gur Ke Bachan Rache Ram Ke Rang. So we noticed yesterday when we did the Sabad that a successful enterprise, in other words, a successful earthly existence, is one where the fear of death leaves us, because that is our essential anxiety. It is our existential angst, if you will. And the Guru spoke about a life where such fear doesn't exist, and that in order to live that way, we have to submit to the wisdom of the Guru. And here he's elaborating on Gur Ka Bachan, the word, the nature of that wisdom. Well, first he says it's Sada Abinasi. It's imperishable. In other words, it's eternal. It is the same. It is there always. And here again he says, Kati Jamabhasi. It is what will take away the news or the fear of death. Again, the Guru is consistently addressing the fear of death, dying, the illusion, if you will, of death. And that is what Gur Ka Bachan does. Gur Ka Bachan Ji Ke Sange, Gur Ke Bachan Rache Ram Ke Range. Now, it is important to remember, what does it mean to say Ji Ke Sange? Sang means with. Ji, of course, refers to the being, the animating force within us that makes us humans, sentient beings. So the wisdom of the enlightener is imperishable. It frees us from the fear of death, and it is rooted in our heart. So you see, what is being suggested here is that the Gur eventually is rooted in our heart. It is within us. And we use Gurbani, or the enlightener, to help us access that Gur that is within us. So this is the cycle in which it works. And then in the Rahao, Guru Arjan Ji says, Jo Gure diya so man ke kaam, Sant ka kiya sat karman. Sant ka kiya sat karman. Sant is a reference to an embodied person who has perfected the Gur, to whom we go for enlightenment. And of course, in our day and time, the Gur is also the text of Gurbani. We have to keep in mind that these passages were written hundreds of years ago, and during Guru Arjan's time, when he is talking about a sant, quite clearly, in some contexts, he's referring to Guru Ram Das, and in some, he's referring to the primordial Guru, which is the Creator itself. So we have to keep the context in mind. So whatever the Guru Enlightener dispenses is effective. Man ke kaam. It will help you achieve the success of your enterprise. And of course, you have to accept it as the truth. Sant ka kiya sat kar maan. You have to. Satgur ki bani sat kar jano gur sikho. Because without that level of acceptance and commitment, no progress is possible. And further along, Gur ka bachan atal ached, Gur ke bachan kate param ped, Gur ka bachan kathu na jaye, Gur ke bachan har ke gun gaye. So a repetition of what is said earlier, the wisdom is imperishable. So here it is irrevocable, atal ached, and complete. And it cuts through doubts and prejudices. Kate pramaped. And Gur ka bachan kathu na jaye. It is persistent. Gur ke bachan har ke gun gaye. And it is the tool that we need to sing praise to the Har Self. Singing praise to the Har Self is an expression that means that we cultivate the virtue of the Har, the capacities that are inherent in us. When you sing to someone and praise someone, you're in fact trying to be like that someone or wanting to be in union with that someone. That's the idea behind using that expression. And Gur ka bachan ji ke saath, Gur ka bachan anath ko naath, Gur ke bachan, Gur ke bachani narak na pave, Gur ke bachan rasna amrit rave. Ji ke saath, it remains in the mind, it remains in the heart, it always guides. Anath ko naath. Anath, the vulnerable, the poor, the marginalized, who have no support. The wisdom of the Guru is the protector of the vulnerable. And the wisdom of the Guru Enlightener saves one from descending into Narak. Now, it has been translated as hell here, but we should not think of hell as a physical space. The limitations of language prevent us from giving it a real exact meaning. Narak and Surg are simply states of mind. One that is in rhythm, the other that is out of sync. Hellish. We experience the hell of our own minds. So that is what is meant here. That through the wisdom of the Guru Enlightener, the mind is enlightened. The speech is enlightened. Rasana amrit rave. And in conclusion, Gur ka bachan pargat sansare. The wisdom of the Enlightener is for all humanity. It's jag mein chanan. It is the beacon for humanity, because we carry it within ourselves. Gur ka bachan is not confined to any one region. It is not something that a particular way of thinking expressed. It is universal. This wisdom exists within creation. And the seeker who is so graced, Jis jan hoye aap kirpal, Nanak Sadgur Sada Dayal, receives the benevolence of the true enlightener. So we have to ask for grace through the Shabad of the Guru. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.